Yo, what's up? It's your boy Casanova the Don, aka Top Out. First thing first, I want to give a shout out to the Reaction Box channel, the Raw Records Fanboy channel, Suge J Knight, and his family. Peace and love to everyone. I forgot. Shout out to my homie YGD, the top dog, and King Crooked, formerly Crooked Eye. So, well, let's talking about seriously something that never spoke about it on BET, on Death Row Chronicle. So I have to say something, what happened. After Pac was gone, Snoop and Daz and Suge, OFTV, Jewel, Donny Boy, J Flex, everyone were there. So early 97, Suge was in jail. Okay. In 98, Snoop left Death Row to join with Master P and No Limit. So Daz with Trady, MC8, Badass, Superfly, and Michele was there, Donny Boy was there, Swoop G, The Realest, Top Dog, all these niggas were there. Okay? At that time, Cash Money Records was very successful. No Limit Records was very successful. Aftermath with Dr. Dre got Eminem, and D12. P. Diddy or Puff Daddy at that time with the Bad Boy. So everyone got everything. Ja Rule and Irv Gotti started with the INC at that time. So what happened? Okay. Suge was in jail. Okay. Daz Dillinger was the head producer. He released his solo album called Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back. So I remember 2 music videos in California, an animated music video. It might sound crazy with Too Short. Okay. So, Death Row, excuse me, was trying to do the best because at that time, Aftermath, Cash Money, No Limit, Bad Boy got everything. So Death Row was trying to do the best. So, because, of course, I was one of the first Death Row fans since I was a teenager. Okay. The Chronic 2000 was released. So everybody started dissing each other. Okay. Death Row with artists in Chronic 2000. They started dissing No Limit, dissing Snoop, dissing Nate Dogg and Eminem, Dr. Dre, Aftermath. So, yeah. Suge Knight Films released it, of course. Death Row, Suge Knight Films released a videotape called Death Row and Cut Too Gangsta for TV. So at that time, Daz Dillinger, before he left, he got a big argument against Michelet and Suge Knight. Daz Dillinger took Crooked Eye, and both of them are from Long Beach. Daz from Long Beach, Crooked Eye from Long Beach. So he said, Crooked Eye, I want to take you to Death Row. So yeah. Okay. Crooked Eye stayed on Death Row and Daz left because, the money, and he got issues and dispute with Suge and Michelet. So Daz made DPG Records. He took Superfly, Trady, Badass, everyone, because everybody came from Long Beach Crips. So Death Row got his own business. Okay, Daz is no longer part of Death Row. So what happened? Big Hutch, aka Cole 187. So Cole 187, member of Above the Law, a former partner of Eazy-E and Ruthless Records. Okay, so here we go. Cole 187 decided to help Suge Knight. At that time he was in jail, and he said, I'm going to help to rebuild the label. Okay. What happened next? Okay, the tape, the videotape, Death Row Uncut, Too Gangsta for TV. Of course, everybody watched it. Showing everybody Dr. Dre's address, Snoop's address, and there's a lot of rumors about Suge Knight Films released another videotape called Celebrity Beatdown. Of course, Death Row trying to do the best. Top Dogs and the Fella, okay, and made another rapper called The Realist. So Cole 187 released Too Gangsta for Radio. Too Gangsta for Radio was the bomb. At that time, the war between Snoop and his crew versus Suge and his crew started in 1999-2000 because everybody listened to introduction of Too Gangsta for Radio. Snoop having nightmare about Suge and his wife Shantae. Okay, his wife Shantae, called the penitentiary to make sure that Suge Knight still locked up. So, so I love that compilation album was awesome. Tupac's friends dissing Dr. Dre and Jay-Z, CJ Mack dissing Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Aftermath. And The Realist, Swoop G and Lil Style dissing Eminem and Aftermath and MWA and Snoop and Nate Dogg. So another song called Gangsta Out, the introductions, clowning Eminem as as a Ku Klux Klan member, and to be a rapper with niggas and sucking Dr. Dre's dick and stuff like that. Or maybe they're black rappers sucking white dick and stuff. That was very crazy. You see, I was laughing too much when I was heard about this shit. You know what I mean? So all of that was Suge's idea, and I want to give a shout out to Suge and his family. I never forgot. How can I forgot? He he does everything for the West Coast music. Of course, we can find E40 and his record label. I don't remember exactly what the record label name is, but I saw Death Row got everything. The music was awesome. I listened and I found Death Row was very, very different than No Limit and Cash, and it's different than Cash Money and different than Aftermath. Even everybody says, oh yeah, in the music awards, everybody saw Eminem was the star, rap star, the white rapper. Of course, Eminem was not the only, the first rapper who was white, because before him, there was, Vanilla Ice and other one who had the same name as Biggie Smalls. You can find it on YouTube, Biggie Smalls music video, Crossing. So, what the fuck? Suge Knight, of course, at that time, Tupac's double album Until the End of Time was released. Summer 2001, Suge got home. Okay? So the war started between Suge and Death Row versus Snoop and Daz and DPG or Doghouse Records. So what happened? Death Row became the Row. Suge Knight changed his style. He always smoking a cigarette, Cuban cigarette. Dressing like, everybody called him the Red Devil. So, because he was a blood. I love red, So, okay, Suge, at that time, he started the business. Code 187 left Death Row. He used to be vice president at that time and head producer. After Code 187, Corrupt from the Dog Pound, and he's supposed to be with Daz all the time in DPG Records, but Daz was very upset and angry when he discovered that Corrupt joined with Suge, because Daz hates Suge so much. Hates Death Row because it's all about money. And he wants the money. So what's the matter? Suge got Corrupt as the real vice president and one of the Row artists. Okay, the Row at that time, Big Simon, Suge, XXL Magazine, 2002. We found Crooked Eye, The Best of the West, Corrupt Young Gotti. So we found Eastwood and Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Nina, as I spoke about her in the next video I made. Of course, she passed away. Uh, R.I.P. to Left Eye, Nina. Okay. Sure got Crooked Eye, Corrupt, Eastwood, Ray J, Danny Boy, Michelet, Spada Loke. At that time, he was called like Spada. He got Gel Gotti, Corrupt's wife. And I remember at that time, Phobia. So Suge and The Row collaborates with Irv Gotti and Ja Rule and the INC because the war started. Daz, Snoop, DPG, Eminem, Dre, Aftermath versus Suge, The Row, Ja Rule, the INC. So Dre put 50 Cent on Aftermath. So 50 created G-Unit. 50 versus Ja. Snoop and Daz versus Suge and The Row. And the war, street war started. You know, I always been with Ja Rule and Suge's side because let's be realistic, because the real music comes from the heart. The real music, you know, that was the real gangster. You see, one day Suge Knight in Howard Stern show, in the interview he says that the hip hop is going to be over if 95% are homosexual. Why Suge says that? Because Cash Money, the picture of Lil Wayne and Birdman kissing, not the first time, but second time, of course. And, of course, Dr. Dre is gay because Pac dissing Dre, called he's gay and Alizé, Crystal Alizé. Eminem, he's well, some people say that his grandparents or a grandfather used to be on KKK. So, anyway. Okay, back to the story. The war started in 2001, 2002. So it was so hot on MTV, especially in BET. So, Crooked Eye and others made music so much, recorded a lot of music. Suddenly, Daz Dillinger and Snoop Dogg, Trady, Badass, Superfly, and the rest of the Long Beach attacked Suge and Corrupt and Death Row, of course, The Row. So they released a DVD called The Row Killer. The Row Killer got three videos. You Ain't Shit, Pimp Slap, and Daz Interview. So, okay. So what happened? Crooked Eye supposed to be, Crooked Eye's album supposed to be released at that time between 2002 and 2003. Say Hi to the Bad Guy. So what happened? It's because of snitching. The snitches ruined everything. That's the real shit because I always wished at that time to listen to Crooked Eyes, you know, upcoming album, Eastwood upcoming album, you know, the raw rappers, but unfortunately, okay. So let's be realistic. Suge was trying to do his best, and I saw everything. For example, Crooked Eye made a video with Ashanti Baby Remix, and another video called Still the Row. That was the hottest at that time. Dysfunctional Family soundtrack was released. Everybody dissing Snoop, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Daz, and DPG because they responded the Road Killer DVD. Okay. Sure got problems. I remember also Tupac's double album Better Days was released in November, fall 2002, early 2003. Suge Knight, I think everybody wants to destroy him because he was the only one who knows everything about Tupac. And so let's be realistic. Daz and Corrupt are DPG, Dog Pound. Corrupt was more honest than Daz. Unfortunately, Daz started, to be a hater and it's all about money, I understand. And it's because Daz was Crip and Suge was Blood. So that's why retaliations between Crips and Bloods, it's all about it. Unfortunately, after a few months later, Crooked Eye left, Eastwood left, maybe Michelle got a divorce, but at the end of the day, Corrupt released his album called Against the Grain. P.D. Pablo joined with Death Row. Same As On Me was supposed to be released, but unfortunately Suge lost everything because Harrio's wife, because everybody wants to destroy Death Row and everything. I really wish to see Death Row coming back. You see, I was always dreaming to get a Death Row chain or the Row chain. You know what I mean? So, Suge was trying to do his show Unfinished Business, but unfortunately, they ruined everything. So, Straight Outta Compton, I think Straight Outta Compton, the upcoming movie, sure got a dispute, and and he murdered somebody. I don't remember, but it was happened in 2015. At the end, Suge got 28 years in prison. You know, exactly, to be honest with you, I don't know why they they gave the pardon to Harry and not Suge Knight. Why everybody hates Suge? Why? Because is it because he was trying to be the best, the father figure to hip hop? Appeared on the magazines, TV shows, Suge Knight, he admitted. He said Snoop should be very happy because Suge never touched his business. Because back in 93, 94, Snoop was almost been, in jail. If he wasn't for Suge Knight, maybe he's going to end himself, washing clothes with some inmates. I don't know why. I know Suge Knight committed mistakes. I know his jokes are sick, but I was asking myself, if he wasn't for Suge Knight, maybe Tupac is not going to release All Eyes on Me. And maybe because Tupac was released from jail, released from prison, because Suge gave him an opportunity. Because All Eyes on Me was the bomb. Everybody in the world can listen to his discography. And Death Row made the best. Okay, let's say that Ruthless Records, Easy, No Limit, Master P, let's see, Aftermath, Eminem, everybody's going to say which one is the best, but Tupac is going forever is going to be the best. So I understand why they hate him. Of course, the story about Suge killed Tupac, the night of Las Vegas drive-by shooting, it's also a lie. That's all lies. Because at that time, I remember Suge, in the interview, he never says that Pac is dead and he's resting in peace. He always says that he's alive somewhere, and even Ice-T interviewed him, called him to prison. Suge says that Pac is alive, and the Biggie's murder. First of all, Suge was incarcerated at that time when Biggie was alive. So how can it be possible to be responsible of the death of Biggie's mom? Suge was not responsible. So I want to give a shout out to Suge and his family. Peace and love. Casanova the Don.